Well, hello and welcome back. Last week we went to a liquidation center, liquidation store. What's the name of it?
Door number 3.
Door number 3, liquidation. And there are 2 of them around here, or maybe 3. So we went to 2 different ones. And they have these tables filled with what looks like Chinese liquidation products, like this, made in China. So we went and bought 3 of the $5 items and then 3 of the $1 items. And let's see if they qualify as useful yard sale electronics. Now the first one, this $5 item, is a mini endoscope. Seemed like we needed one of these, so we bought it. Although I have seen them on Amazon for $10. See what's in this box. It's in a big table and you have to dig through all kinds of cell phone cases to find these different things. Well, at least the endoscope itself is here. It has a, I don't know if that's a USB-C. Yeah, I think that is a USB-C connector. And we'll try, when we get close to the computer, we'll give this another try. What else is in here? An instruction board. Wow. Tells us where to download some software to use either on Windows or on Android. Wow.
It has one of those scan codes on it.
Yeah, we ought to try that. And in this little bag is, let's see, a swell plastic. That must be just to hold things together. Oh, these are adapters, so the USB-C can turn into I guess that's called on the original USB. And then one of these micro. Oh, that's neat. Those alone are useful. And then it looks like things that you can hook to the front of the lens. Oh, one's a mirror. Huh. Wonder how that would work. You hook it onto the front of the camera somehow. And one is definitely a magnet. Well, we'll take a look at that. This looks like it might have been worth $5. What do you think?
It even has a name on the box there. No, I see the word snake.
The snake. We'll probably put this right down our throat and see what's going on in our digestive systems. Unlikely, by the way.
I'll make sure I don't say, ah.
We'll wait until we get in the computer room and give that a try. I would maybe give this a thumbs up. What do you think for $5?
Thumbs up.
Type C HD. Oh, HD. So, trick is getting this thing back on, of course. Wow. Almost made it. Setting we go. First item. Second thing we bought was a package of these. These are those cloth-covered, a lot more durable lightning connectors for iPad, iPhone, well, up until just recently.
I'll zoom in.
Lightning connectors. And we got these because the ones we have, the ones that came with the iPad, seem to constantly be breaking or wearing out. Here's an example of one that's worn out. And we got 5 in the package. 5 of these new ones in a package for $5. And we've already got 4 of them in use. So I give this one extra one. Probably a fair deal. I know these are very expensive if you have to pay this price. And they're all nicely colored.
Yes, I already chose the green one and the purple one. It's already in use.
So those are pretty good deal. And the last thing for $5 came in this plastic bag, which I've learned means that they may not be totally usable. Danger of suffocation. Oh, okay. And I just liked it because there was way too many LEDs. And it looks like you plug it into the AC and hope that these lights do something. Can you see the lights okay? Well, this looks like an extension if you want to add more lights. So there are quite a few on each tube strip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. The standard 18 LED strip, okay? So, against all good judgment, we'll plug this in and see what happens. It's got one of these non-polarized, practically non-metal plugs that I see every now and then coming from China. Can you see that okay?
They're transparent.
Well, I mean the prongs themselves are...
Oh.
Well, here's an AC extension. Whoa, there they go already. I just plugged it in. So it looks like there are blue LEDs and they cascade down. At least some of them cascade down. Are they doing it all at once? All, or are there slightly different timings on them? Well, this one isn't quite as exciting as the rest. And this one's a little weak too. But 6 of them with LEDs go zipping on down there.
I wonder if they have go at different rates, or.
I mean, if you can change them? Well, the only thing I can see between the lights and the AC is this box, which has no adjustable parts. It's just all sealed up on this end and all sealed up on that end. I'm going to turn the power off for a minute. And then it comes out to this connector, which I'll do. And plugs in there. And it looks like there's a little ridge right there. You probably can't see it. It looks like it only goes in one way. Can't plug it in both ways. Which makes me think that this is probably some kind of DC output. We'll measure it. The old trusty multimeter here. Set it on DC. Let's hope it's DC. And plug one end in here and one end in here. Can you see that? And there's no volts, of course. It says minus. I don't know what that means. We'll turn this on. And it looks like, well, a 5-volt supply, which makes sense. I'm going to change these around and see if we get a positive on this side. Easier said than done, huh? Yeah, 5.48 volts, 5 volts. So possibly, let's just turn that off now. This device is some kind of like an AC adapter that sends out 5 volts. Let's try it again. Could just be like really crappy switching power supply. I'm not sure. I don't think I'll take it apart because I don't think you'd ever get it back together again.
It didn't have any sort of markings on it, right?
I didn't see any, no. There you go. And it does have I should measure this end too, see if it's still 5 volts down here. Yeah, let's do that. Bring the meter back. There's no markings to determine, unless you just remember there's a little notch there. So that it's definitely a one-way. Let's see if this still is 5 volts when it gets here. And if all these strips are just in parallel. Nah, it's definitely not 5 volts when it makes it to this end. The lights aren't on, are they? What's going different this time? The disconnector? Huh? Oh, they don't last forever. That's strange. What do we do different?
You connect that on a different side.
I don't think it can go in but one way. So, plug that in again. Tighten that up. Turn on the power. You mean this thing here?
No, that's not what I mean.
Oh, look at that. Nothing at all now.
Well, maybe the power just went out here.
I see the, well, that was worth $5. Huh? It lasted for a second or two. Now the power's on. Let's see. What did I do with this? Nothing, right? Resettable. Leave it off for a while and come back to it. But right now I'm giving this a thumbs up. Cross. I don't know if this is worth anything. Put it back in the plastic bag. Maybe someone's had experience with these. Let us know what's going on. She was all exciting there for a minute, even with just 3 of them working. So that was $15 worth of stuff. These, the endoscope, and wherever that cable went. I don't see it anymore. Oh, here it is. Only 5 of them. And to be fair, we actually had a $5 coupon, so we got all these 3 things for $10. I would say this qualifies as a yard sale of electronics purchase. I'm still puzzled by those things. Get that stuff out of here. Then we went to the $1 one. Now this was even more fun because I saw these around Christmas time. Remember these? People were making all kinds of
Little micro mini.
ornaments, yeah, with these. And it looks like you get a whole string of very small LEDs powered by 3 1.5 volts, which would be about 4.5. Let's get some batteries right here, which rechargeable, a little bit less than 1.5. Let's see if we can get these to light up. There's even a switch, and yes, we can.
Ooh, they are bright.
Those are pretty cool. Unravel those and
It's so bright from here, you can't tell that they're all different colors, but they
Really?
are.
how
It looks like one big glob.
can I tone that down a little bit? Do we have a piece of paper nearby? Nah, you can look around for one, but you know where there's a piece of paper, Pat, behind this drawer. While she's looking for that, what I want to show you is that we didn't get one, but we got 4 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of these things for $1. So I don't know what we might use them for. But that's a piece of paper. No, that's much too. That's not a piece of paper, it's a piece of cardboard. Just one of those little sketch pads over here. Little notepads. It isn't important, I guess, but I think we only need 1 sheet. Does that look any different? Not enough, huh? And does that look any?
No, just it might look
Okay.
different. But just
Well, they're
it's
all
so
different
bright.
colors. And that's our first $1 item. The second one is this LED / solar panel. And it came in another one of these bags. So it's probably like the other one. As a matter of fact, when we opened it, I could see this wire was going nowhere. And there's a wire inside there, which looks like it went to this wire. But we do get a neat little solar panel with a very small plug on the end, which does match this one. So at some point we can probably figure out a way to make this up. Although there's a switch on here that's a little baffling that says AC off DC. And I don't see any way to get AC into this. I tell you what, let's take out these screws. See what's going on here. One, two. Three.
It's bigger, so it looks like.
Oh, I didn't
little
even show the front
spotlight
of this.
size.
This is a spotlight LED with lots of LEDs on it. Yeah, I think it was supposed to be. Whoop, someone's coming along. Oh, there's a battery in it. I don't know if there's any life in that battery. Should just leave that on DC, huh? Probably about 3 years old. 1 whopping volt. So at least there's something on there. Maybe if we charge this up a little, we can get that to work. Or maybe it's the battery that's no good. It's not marked, probably lithium. I don't think. I don't know. We'll have to take a closer look at this in a while. And, I mean, that just sits in there, huh? Just rattles around in there. And this clipped on top of it. $1, probably worth it just for this panel. And the typical plastic bag. Maybe that means the things aren't necessarily all there or all working. Put it aside. And our last thing, also $1. Oops, sorry, I hit the camera. Was a PlayStation 2 Disney ThinkFast with a somewhat damaged box. But it does include 4 of these things, which could be very handy. Oh, that one's all protected. Aside from being a Disney ThinkFast PlayStation Ultimate Trivial Showdown buzzer, it says buzzer, that feeds in, they all feed into this thing, which in turn terminates in a USB connector, which plugs into the PlayStation. These could be useful if all of these things were buttons. It's gotta be, huh? Think we gotta take one apart? Not right now.
Maybe.
Well, let's see how easy it is to get this off. Not too. It's those little covers that run the screws, so people don't think the screws there. I don't think I have anything small. Maybe this thing. Maybe not. You need almost a knife blade. Paid big bucks for this the other day. I think it was $1. But that's not helping either. What do you think? Not worth it? It's just a waste of time right now. We'll just leave it as 4 buttons, and if we decide to use them for something, then we'll open it up.
It looks like only 3 people played so far.
Oh yeah. What do you think, Pat? Would you go back and look in those bins again? Those tables?
It's always just for the fun factor.
Well, I think we got a pretty good collection of stuff for $3 there. This. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, the solar connector. All this was $3. I mean, the box itself, oh, I'm not so sure. It was worth nothing. The batteries did not come with it, but I think it's okay. Another good.
Yard sale electronics.
Okay, see you next time.